got everything working for. Oh, let me bring this over here. Working for me. All right, save. All right, let me go and make sure everything's working. Where's my little chat window? I don't know why sometimes my chat window doesn't want to pop up. Oh, what is going on, everybody? Oh, let's see. Why did my chat window not want to show up? That's a control panel, but where's my chat window? Is it somewhere where I don't see it? Oh, there we go. Oh, I forgot. I got to change this setting. That way I can actually see it. Whoa, what's going on, everybody? I see a few y'all's in here. Oh, damn, we got questions already. How much do you expect the six pack to start out at MSRP? I think it'll basically be the same price as the current scat packs. That's pretty much what I'm thinking. So I'm thinking those six packs gonna be somewhere in like the 40 to like 60K range. And then the EVs will probably be a little bit above that crap. So it's just crazy. Like you would think that we would actually hear what in the world is the price range for some of these vehicles, but apparently, I think the prices are very bad, which is why they don't want to actually release these numbers. But I do want to talk about, I was watching TK's video, and what he was talking about one of the latest executives from Stellantis has just left. And I actually have done videos, and like you actually seen some videos where I did clips, and she's like the Indian lady that was always saying that, hey, well, or instead of moving customers north in hardware and trim, we're gonna move them into software-based services. So it was that lady that TK was saying in his latest video. I think her name was like Mamata Chura, something like that. So she basically is the head of software, and it's a very big deal that now she's gone because she's basically responsible for all the software that's been going on in these vehicles since 2021. Like once the FCA became Stellantis, she was promoted to basically the head of software. She was like, I think, senior vice president. So she's like very high up on the totem pole, and all the software pretty much ran through her. So if you think about it, since 2021, you had a lot of software glitches going on in a lot of vehicles, especially when they moved over to this new Uconnect 5. Now, I don't know whether or not Stellantis actually made Uconnect 5 software, but that software has been crap in a lot of vehicles, right? I mean, when I think the 2022 TRXs first ran that piece of software, that was a disaster. There was a lot of issues and a lot of patches had to happen. Then you had like the Wagoneers that came out the same year as the 2022 TRX, and that had software issues. Like they ran all these systems through the radio, and that was causing issues. Like I've said in videos, to where the Wagoneers was having problems when they first came out, to where the radio wasn't allowing, like, I think hazard lights and turn signals and brake lights to work, and they had to stack them up for like months until they get a software update to actually fix those vehicles. And so, I mean, you could just think, if you have a newer Stellantis product from basically 2022 on forward, 22, 23, 24, and all those software issues, she's the boss over those teams who made this software, who's doing all this stuff. And so for her to leave or basically get forced out or whatever happened to her, that's a very big deal, because all these new cars is going to run on software that she was overseeing. So you think, you got the the Charter Daytona, you have the Wagoneer S, the Jeep Recon, those 6-pack cars. They're gonna have software in those radios. Like there's not gonna be that much different software wise between the 6-pack Charter Daytona and basically like the Scat Pack and the RT cars. All that software is going to basically be running through the same systems. The only thing to be different is just the drivetrain. But you know, it's crazy. Like I said, she's leaving because that was one of the main things I did in a lot of videos back then, to try to show everybody that Stellantis is not going to basically try to have a crap load of trims in these vehicles. They're going to basically try to fully load these vehicles, especially these EVs and stuff. Because when you look at the spec sheet that I did in that video about the Charter Daytona, like those first editions, they were pretty well spec'd. The only thing you really had to pick was like if you want like a wheel and tire package, a sunroof, and interior color. You really didn't have really any options to pick from. And I think in those first edition cars, those are the cars that are going to be like kind of like their test bed to see whether or not they can do all those software locks. And so I've done videos about that where, you know, it was said through her and clips of Tim Kuniskis and all this other stuff that was going on, especially during like EV Day and then what was it, Speed Week a couple years ago, that they was going to basically do software lock stuff in these cars. Like the Charter Daytona, for example, they was going to have, and Tim Kuniskis said this in a video, where they was going to basically, if you wanted to have like a track mode, they would basically have you pay a fee for it to use it for like a weekend, and then you can pay to use it again on a maybe a trial basis, or you can pay to unlock it forever instead of being unlocked in the car. And it's kind of crazy when you really think about it, because if they was going to basically software lock features in these cars, imagine you got a Hellcat, right? And you couldn't unlock the custom mode, or you couldn't unlock you know, street mode. Like I can't remember all the different drive modes in the Hellcats because I haven't owned a Hellcat since 2018. But in my Demon 170, it'll be the equivalent of Demon 170 to where I couldn't unlock drag mode in that car. Because in the Demon 170, all you got is auto, custom, and drag mode. So that would be the equivalent of how crazy it would be if Stellantis was able to software lock drag mode and tell me I gotta pay an additional fee to use like the chiller or something like that, and it's software locked. And I think that's part of the problem with a lot of these newer cars that's getting delayed, is that the software doesn't work. And I mean, I've had people reach out to me who've seen these Charter Daytona mules driving around, and they're just bricks. The cars just doesn't work. The software is just it's not clicking right. So I mean, you got these people who are testing these cars, and they got to have a string hanging out the back of the car to trigger the emergency unlock for the hatch. So they get in and unplug the battery, the 12-volt battery, to reset the computers because the software is trash. And you know, the Charter Daytona, we were supposed to be seeing them at dealerships right now. They were supposed to be at dealerships, but we haven't seen them because they can't get the freaking things to work. And they're even having assembly issues where they got to pull a bunch of engineers, and they got to basically have them to re-engineer some things on those cars. Oh, I see right there. Track, Sport, Custom, Auto, Eco. Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Love off you. Yeah. Yeah, I remember those. So imagine if you had like Track and Sport locked, and Stellantis was like, you got to pay an extra fee to unlock those features. But yeah, Volvo did it for heated seats. A rich BMW did the same thing too, to try to have you have software locked heated seats, even though it's in the car. And so that video that I did a few years ago by New Jersey, wanting to block companies from making you have subscription fees to have to basically have those features unlocked through software, even though it's installed. You basically see what's going on. Like they're trying to push this stuff to where they're making more money off these cars as you know, as you own them, right? I mean, it's already crazy enough that pretty much any vehicle that you buy from Stellantis is going to be bare minimum $1,000 a month, bare minimum. And it's almost like no matter what you do, it's going to be $1,000 because anytime you basically have a payment of, well, not a payment, but anytime you loan at least about $60,000, that's at least $1,000 payment, depending on if you go 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, whatever. But you're going to have with a situation with these cars is that you're going to have $1,000 base payment, and then you got to pay 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, $100 a daggone month to unlock features that's already built into the car, which is one of my main gripes once I saw what Tim Knissis was saying with the Charter Daytona, that you're going to have situations to where there is stuff already installed in the car, but it's locked by software. And here we go with the head of software taking the L, and then you have all these vehicles that's supposed to have been out by now all getting pushed back because, for one thing, the software doesn't work. And so that is a very, very big deal that I just want to reiterate from TK's video that he made. So if you can, go watch TK's video about her leaving, because she is a very, very big deal. It's like the equivalent of Tim Knissis leaving for Dodge. She's basically the Tim Knissis of software. She was higher on a totem pole than Tim Knissis. She's like a senior vice president. So you can think she's probably what, third, fourth, fifth in line from taking over from Carlos Tavares, and she just boop, I'm sorry, and then boop, she just out. So I say it's just wild how all these guys are leaving once the summer hit. Tim Knissis is gone. The CEO of Jeep is gone. Jim Morrison is gone. I think one of the head designers of the Hellcat, he's gone. I mean, really the only name brand names we know is what, Jim Trussell. He's what, I think the head of like Mopar or something like that. Mike Vall, he's head of like Mopar parts. And then you got Ralph Giles. He's still head of design, but I heard he's leaving once his contract is up. And so it's like, I just don't know what in the world is going to happen with this company in the next year. I mean, I was just about to watch a video by OC Motivator about the whole Supreme Court thing and the EPA, but these guys at Stellantis, they're screwed. It doesn't even matter that the EPA basically is going to be, handicapped by the Supreme Court. It doesn't even matter because these guys at Stellantis, Carlos Tavares, has basically leveraged this company to go hurricane, EV, or bust, and that's it. And I mean, honestly, from the original plan that I heard that FCA wanted to do, they basically wanted everybody who had Scat Pack and below to have Hurricanes, and have everybody who wanted Hellcat and up have V8s. And it would make a lot of sense to save them money with the whole EPA nonsense and the carbon credits and all that crap. And I guess Tavares wanted to basically abandon this V8s in general, because at the end of the day, they didn't really invest in the last several years in making a new engine. They did not invest in making a new V8 engine. And I was talking to a few people, and they was basically just telling me that, hey, they've kind of messed up the design on the Charter Daytona to where they're going to kind of re-engineer the strut tower braces, or basically the strut towers, making like an inch or two wider on each side in order to fit like a 5.7 back in the car. So I'm like, maybe that was one of the things I heard where they were saying they gotta basically have the engineers redesign some things on the car. So I don't know, man. I just don't see this company lasting too much longer, because it's just a lot of people are leaving. Like, TK said it right. Can you survive and all your admirals or generals or whatever he said in this video, all of them jumping ship? And I just don't know if they're going to survive with all their leadership gone. Like Tim Knissis, not Tim Knissis, but Carlos Tavares already had Mike Manley leave within like 11 months of, Stellantis coming into power, and Mike Manley was over all of North America's brands as a CEO of FCA. He was gone, and then Carlos Tavares just basically never filled his job back up with somebody else. He basically just had like everybody in North America report directly to him, and that's just kind of led to all these brands going to crap. And I mean, it's gotten to the point over the last few years that I'm personally getting tired of talking negative about this company nonstop because I don't like really talk about negative stuff, but there's nothing positive going on with this company. Like, period. What's positive? Like, I can't think of a single positive thing that went on with Stellantis ever since it came to power, right? I mean, you just look at it; it's kind of a joke. 392 Wranglers like $100,000. You got Ram TRX is $120 something thousand. Back in 2021, $120,000 for a TRX was a markup. Was like a 20 to 30K markup for a TRX, and that's MSRP. So I mean, did Stellantis see like, oh, these dealers get 120K for these TRXs, so let's increase the base price of the TRX so we can get that 120K out of their pockets? And then you got these dealers, and the crazy thing is me going after these dealers on you guys' behalf. I've actually gotten into positive relationships with a lot of these dealers, and they're going like, freaking Stellantis has been nickel and diming them ever since 2021. They've been jacking up like the I can't remember exactly what price he said, like the invoice on these cars or whatever. They've been jacking up solely in the background to where there's like that much profit between invoice and MSRP on these Challengers and Chargers, and that's why. Well, one dealer was going like, I mean, I have to sell these cars over a sticker because there's not enough profit to pay the floor plan. So I mean, I don't know. They need to sell Chrysler and Dodge and SRT. Yeah, skateboard. They definitely need to get rid of those brands. I mean, honestly, Stellantis doesn't even need FCA. Period. I mean, I don't even understand why they even bought them out. I mean, they honestly could have just bought. They could have went to GM and just bought a brand from GM, right? I mean, they could have went and bought Pontiac from GM. They could have went and talked to AMC and revive AMC. Like, they could have started a whole brand new company and just bring out European vehicles under the moniker of an American company. I mean, they really didn't even need, you know, FCA. But I mean, it's just crazy how this company has been nickel and diming everybody. They raised all the prices of the cars up 50% to basically pay for all this EV nonsense. They went and played with the dealers, jacking up the invoice to invoice on these cars, where the freaking dealers, they have to mark cars up. That's why you see majority of dealers marking up everything, because they can't afford to sell stuff at MSRP. Like, I mean, I haven't seen really anybody get any car, any Challenger, Charger, Ram truck at invoice, because I mean, the dealer is basically losing money at that point, right? It is crazy. I mean, and then, Sergio, I see what you're saying right there. And then they changed. I was on the dealership call that Stellantis had, where they're basically making these guys, hey, dealers, you know what? We're not going to basically give you any incentives to get rid of the old cars, but what we'll do for you is, dealerships, we'll basically have it to where if you order more cars from us now, we'll give you a few extra thousands of dollars. And then what you can do is you can take those few extra thousands of dollars and discount the older cars. That way we can get them out of inventory and you can keep buying more cars. But I mean, this approach, I don't know who in the world is coming up with these ideas. And then, I mean, that one video clip that I showed you guys of Tim Kniss, when I did that video where he was talking about that Stellantis changed their plans on a monthly basis. It's crazy the amount of times I've been in some of these dealership meetings with Stellantis, and they keep changing all this stuff month after month after month after month after month after month. It's like Stellantis is trying to throw so much crap against the wall, especially with these dealers. Keep throwing stuff at the wall, keep throwing stuff at the wall, throwing stuff at the wall, throwing stuff at the wall, and trying to see which one's going to spark sales. I mean, they, like, when I had when Dodge let me hold the Hornet, for example, right? When I had the Hornet for like 3 weeks, they gave me a piece of paper. I think I got it upstairs, but they gave me a piece of paper that basically said that, hey, there are these three different there's a few different lease options on this vehicle. And then I had one of my YouTube buddies call me going like, hey, this lease option, none of these dealers know about this crap. Like, oh yeah, it freaking changed because they changed it on a monthly basis to spark sales. It's like, and then I saw on the last dealership meeting for July, now they're doing a whole different little lease special because no one is buying Hornets. And the stuff with these dealers in Stellantis, these dealers having to trade cars amongst themselves to reset their floor plans, and it's just crazy that all this stuff's going on in the background and no one's buying cars. I mean, I just don't get it. And then, as I was saying with the topic of this live stream, all these executive shakeups is not helping matters out either. I mean, you got all this veteran talent that been there for 10, 20, 30 years. All these guys are gone. And now you have Carlos Tavares, who knows nothing about the American market. He's in charge telling these people, hey, figure something out. Spark sales, figure something out. They're making me look bad. We're down 20% in sales down, blah, blah, blah. All that stuff finally caught up to him. And then Stellantis tried to get some dealers, from what I was hearing, trying to get them to convert some of their older inventory into like fleet and service vehicles. That way they can boost their numbers artificially on the earnings report. That way they can show that they're actually selling cars. Because there is no way, I actually got to do a video about this. There's no way that the Wagoneer and the Grand Wagoneer had like 100%, sales increase in a quarter, when if you go look at the assembly plant that makes the Wagoneer, the Grand Wagoneer, they went from 3 shifts down to 1 shift. There is no way a vehicle that has like 100% sales increase or 80%, something like that. I can't remember exactly what the number was. There is no way a vehicle that has that percentage of an increase in sales. They remove 2 shifts to go to 1 shift in that plant. And then Warren Truck, I think they're on like layoff like 3 weeks. You don't do that to a car or SUV for the Wagoneer, for example. You don't do that when the vehicle is supposed to be like your best seller in Jeep. It doesn't make any sense. So that's why I think with Stellantis, they had the dealers go and convert these Wagoneers and Grand Wagoneers that wasn't selling into fleet vehicles, service vehicles, and whatever. That way they will show that, hey, this vehicle is more popular than what it really is. But it really is not. But it's like every vehicle is losing sales. And it's like Stellantis is trying to, I think Carlos Tavares was maybe trying to get these dealers to do this crap because he's trying to come to the point to where he's trying to meet his metrics. I think Carlos Tavares is more like a, it's kind of like, the NFL, you got regular executives and you got analytics guys. And sometimes these analytics guys make these crazy decisions that regular people be going like, why would you do that? Right. I mean, just go for the touchdown, onside kick, and extend the game. Why are you trying to do all this extra stuff? Just do it this way. So I think like Carlos Tavares is more like an analytics type person. He's trying to go through data, manipulate data that is not lined up with what's actually happening. Let's see. That we had to do that. June's number shows we sold 35 more cars than we did because we had to do it that way to get the extra money. Yeah, and I believe that, Sergio. I mean, I've talked to other dealers who were basically saying the same thing, that they had to convert vehicles over or trade vehicles and all this other stuff. Rather than selling them, they had to convert them over some crazy way in order to daggone show that they was selling more than it really was. And then next thing you know, the sales numbers is a little bit better for Wagoneers and Grand Wagoneers. But I mean, it's kind of hard to figure out what is Stellantis' end goal in this. So much stuff is going wrong. And like I said, I don't want to talk negative about this company, but what else can I do? It's nothing but negative and negative stuff, one after another, right? I mean, I said all the vehicles are overpriced. All the software and all these cars are screwed up. You got Wagoneers have quality issues. It's one of the worst quality vehicles that they've ever made, right? Um, I know I've seen some of the UAW guys going like, "Hey, well, the Ram trucks, we're number one in quality, yay!" But they didn't really read the fine print on that JD Power Associates to where like they actually lost 10 points, and everyone in the industry got worse. Like no one really in the industry went up, everyone went down, and every other brand was worse than Ram. Dodge was number one in quality a year ago, and now they are dead last in quality. And the only brands that are worse than Dodge in quality is two electric companies, Rivian and Tesla. That's how bad it has gotten for Dodge in 1 year. And I wish I could understand exactly how they came up with that metric about how bad Dodge's quality was, because it says that that they tested 2024 model year vehicles. So the only real 2024 model year vehicles that I can think of from Dodge that's out right now was Hornets, and I don't know if Durangos are 2024s or not, but I know the Hornets and Durangos, those would be the only two 2024 cars. So then in 2023 was all these last call cars had them in first in quality, and then when they went to 2024, you only got Hornets and Durangos being the only two vehicles that they tested, and that's why the quality went from first to last in Dodge. Because I did a community post on this. Every brand on Stellantis suffered. Every brand failed, and it's crazy how bad it all failed in 1 year. And I see some of y'all saying that it must be sabotage. I don't really think it's sabotage. I think it's penny pinching, right? Because it's not like they are sabotaging. Like let's say the UAW and Unifor is sabotaging Stellantis, because those are the same people that's been there. A lot of these people have pride in building these vehicles, but you can't build a great quality vehicle if they're giving you crap components. Because it's been said that Stellantis is going to, cut another 30% out, and if they're going to reduce the labor force by a few hundred more people, the only other real ways to cut, costs out is to change vendors who supplies you parts. And if you're getting crap parts from crap countries, your quality is going to suffer too. Right, just like what the UAW is saying. When I showed you guys a clip that the UAW official was saying that they believe that it's sabotage because Stellantis won't fix these wire harnesses in these Ram trucks, and these Ram trucks having the same glitches as the Wagoneers are, because those Wagoneers and stuff, they basically have kind of like the same kind of design to them from the Ram trucks. They basically fit on the same chassis and stuff, so a lot of the components are the same. And so they have these wire harnesses not long enough, and they're having to stretch them in order to get them to lock in correctly. But Stellantis doesn't want to basically get those fixed. And so you see, like I said, all the Wagoneers, like there was a letter that was circulated from the UAW to Warren Truck employees, or Warren Truck, UAW members, that, hey, you guys need to step up quality or they're going to pull product from Warren Truck. And apparently from for everything I see, it basically they're pulling product from Warren Truck, because Warren Truck, from my understanding, was they were supposed to get one of those EV Ram trucks there at that plant, because they don't really make much. All they do is make the Classic and the Wagoneers. So I think they were supposed to have gotten one of the EV trucks there at Warren, but because the quality never increased, they at the last minute put those EV trucks over there at Shap, packing more stuff into that plant. And here we go right here, and Warren Truck is going down to really one shift to build Wagoneers. A bunch of those guys are on like temporary layoffs, and I've gotten conversations with people who from the UAW telling me about how corrupt the UAW president is now, and I just read an article today how the federal monitor who was monitoring the UAW, he's investigating the UAW president, because the UAW president wanted the treasurer to give him UAW funds to do personal expenses with his partner and his sister. So you got another corrupt UAW president I got to do a video on. I got to reference this article that just came out today. and then you got the UAW employees. They're getting crap components. Their union dues is getting taken from them by a corrupt president who has laid off one of the VPs. I got a little flower there. Who laid off one of the VPs, and then that dude also retaliated against the treasurer because she wouldn't give him the money. And then you have, let's say, the situation with the monitor, that president, and then you have this issue with these components being cheap, and these guys got to put together these trucks missing parts because Stellantis can't pay their bills. I remember TK did a video, and I forgot to do a video on it as well, that Stellantis wasn't paying some of their vendors, and they had to go take them to court because they stopped delivering parts to like some of the plants because Stellantis didn't pay the bill and had to get to court to go force the vendor to start delivering parts again. And so it's like, I don't blame the UAW workers for the quality issues of these vehicles. I blame Stellantis giving them crap parts to work with, right? I mean, you can't build a $80,000 truck or $60,000 truck in some cases with $10 parts. I mean, it just doesn't work like that. So, I mean, these companies have just gotten to the point to where everything is way too expensive. I mean, like even like it's gotten to the point where those UNW employees, they can't even afford to drive the vehicles that they build, and the UAW had to go get this whole corporate leasing program taken care of. So I think Stellantis opened doing that leasing program so they can basically get more vehicles out under this lease stuff, and then basically say, oh yeah, we're selling. But in actuality, customers just aren't buying these vehicles. So, I mean, oh yeah, I see what you're saying. Why don't they build an SUV a little further down the market with the Tahoe and Suburban? Oh yeah, Jared. So like, I mean, that's the same thing with the Wagoneer, right? I mean, the Wagoneer is supposed to be, what court says, supposed to be the Tahoe Suburban killer, but they kind of missed the mark on that. I mean, it's hard in my mind to spend over $100,000 for a Jeep that's not named a Trackhawk. There's no logic in my mind that tells me that a 392 Wrangler should be over $100,000. I mean, the Trackhawk, okay, cool. That makes sense. 700 horsepower, pretty much like the fastest vehicle that Stellantis, FCA made. $100,000, okay, I can understand that. But a Wagoneer, $100-some thousand, it's not an Escalade, right? And honestly, to me, they should have just basically, instead of making a Wagoneer, Grand Wagoneer, they should have made a Grand Wagoneer, started at 60 grand, 70 grand, 80 grand, whatever. And that regular Wagoneer, they should have made a Ram Charger. They should have gave Ram an SUV. That's basically what they should have did. And and Shap could have been building Ram 1500s and Ram Chargers on the same line. But it just decisions like that. I mean, how many more Jeeps, well, not Jeeps, but how many more SUVs does Jeep need in their brand? I mean, I can't even count on one hand how many different branded Jeeps there is. You got the Renegade that's supposed to be coming back, the Compass, the Wrangler, the Gladiator, the Wagoneer, the Cherokee, the Grand Cherokee, the Grand Wagoneer. You got 8 trims within Jeep. They could have easily have given Ram an SUV and called it a Ram Charger and make it like 50, 60 grand. And I think people would have been happy with a Ram branded SUV. I mean, it would have made sense. The Rubicon 392 is not, yeah, right. That Rubicon 392 is not 90 grand, not no more. Let me go look it up. That damn thing is 100 grand. I know it was 90 grand a year or two ago. Yeah, here we go right here. So you got the Rubicon 392. One version of it is 92 grand. Then you got another version of it as 100 grand for the final edition. And it's like what 92 grand with no options. Nah, that's way too much. If it was 70, 80, okay, cool, but nah. Mm-mm. Yeah, because like ain't no dealer. I say this, Hard Rock. No dealer is gonna order a base Rubicon with no options on it. It's gonna have some options on it, right? Um, like Sergio said, you're gonna pay at least about 95 to 100 grand on that vehicle. No one's gonna order a base Rubicon. They're gonna order some stuff with it. Because man, you got plenty of options on here. Let's see, you got a winch option, you got floor mat options. Let's see, windshield tie downs, saw top tie downs. Let's see, you got different top options. One was like almost 3 grand. Stripes and decals and stuff. You got a grill option. You got a mirror option, color options. Yeah, you paying at least about 95 to 100 grand. Here on my site. Do you think they ever make a heavy duty SUV like the old Ford Excursion? Yeah, right. I mean, they should have been did that, like, right? Because like honestly, if they would have made like a Ram Charger, give Ram that, they could have obviously have made a diesel Ram Charger. They could have made a regular one for like the 1500 style, and then they could have made a Ram Charger Excursion, right? I mean, I don't know if there would really be a market for a diesel SUV like that, a heavy duty one. I mean, if it could tow, that'd be cool, but you just never know. The Grand Wagoner competes with the Navigator and Escalade. Yeah, it competes with the Navigator and Escalade, but it still doesn't compute in my head, Andre, that yeah, we're gonna buy a non-track halt Jeep for over 100 grand. It just doesn't compute with me. Anyone shot at the Fiat 500 EV just made the worst selling list with the Hornet. 40K for 161 miles in range in optional condition, optimal conditions. Ooh. I mean, heck, I don't know why they even sell Fiat in America. Fiat should just stay his butt in Europe, honestly. I mean, who drives a Fiat? I mean, what's that? A Barf. What's that brand? What's that BMW brand? A Barf? Or was that Mini and a Barf and all that crap? That was like maybe like a 3-4 year phase. Everybody went crazy over those cars, and no one really pays attention to them anymore. That was a nice little phase that the country was through, but nah. Mm-mm. But yeah, it's just crazy. And like I said, with these executives leaving, man. It's like you got all this stuff going on and no leadership with experience left in America. I mean, like I said, I'm pretty cool with Matt McClure, the new CEO of Dodge. I like him. He's been around. He's been on the Tim Knisses for a long time. But at the end of the day, he doesn't exactly have the pull that Tim Knisses had to get stuff done at this particular point. What you got? Chris Fuel, who has no idea about cars, period. Like the lady came from what, Honeywell, right? So it's like, what does she know about cars? And then they put her in charge of like one of your most important brands in Ram. Like they should have just had Matt McClure head up Dodge and Ram and Chrysler and just be done with it. I mean, I don't know why Chris Fuel was even hired in the first place, right? I mean, maybe they're trying to meet a diversity quota or whatever, but they didn't need to bring her in for Chrysler, and Chrysler only had like 2 vehicles at the time. I mean, you only had the Pacifica and you had a 300, and that was it. And now Chrysler's are going to have really 2 vehicles, well, 1 vehicle this year with the Pacifica, and then they're trying to still figure out what other vehicle that they're going to actually prepare in Chrysler, whether it be the stinking airflow or maybe another 300. Like I've been hearing they've been going back and forth, and then they finally decided on, oh yeah, we'll do the airflow again. But it's just, like I said, it's just crazy. Like I said, all these people that left, Then some of the moves that they made. I mean, I mean, I still don't know understand why Mike Caval left Ram to go be part of Mopar Parts. I mean, that was already like an odd move. And then I was like, okay, Tim Kniss is gonna take over Ram. Okay, it makes sense. Ram used to be part of Dodge, but then stuff just got worse. Stuff got worse and worse and worse and worse. And oh man, I just I don't know, man. Like I just realistically don't see because I think I said to like TK and OC Motivator, like I don't see this brand lasting 5 years, and I don't even know if I can see this brand even lasting 2 years at its current state because I think it's gonna be a disaster once these new Dodge vehicles come out. I mean, how's Dodge gonna survive? Like I said, your girl Martha, she left, and she was the head of software. She's the head of software for every new vehicle that came out or is coming out, and all those vehicles are having problems. And if she's the SVP and she's out, whoo, that's very interesting. Son, what you doing?
Nothing. I just need the charger.
You need the charger.
Yeah, then what would you do if
The charger's upstairs, son.
then what would you do if you don't then what would you do if you
Mm-hmm. Later, kid. But yeah, as we were rudely interrupted. Oh, would be interesting if GM of Ford would pick up Tim Kniss now. Now that would be something. Yeah, I mean, maybe he's having a power play in the background to go take over Stellantis or break Dodge off. Maybe he's gonna join Pontiac. I mean, maybe we'll see. Oh, let's see. Is a dang circus over there? Yeah, it's definitely a circus over there in Stellantis. Chevy. Now, I don't think Chevy needs Kniss. I think he needs his own brand. Honestly, I mean, Chevy's doing pretty good with the Corvette. Um, I mean, honestly, it was just their own fault that Camaro failed. So that's they're basically their fault. 15 years of advancement down the toilet. Yeah. And I mean, like, I mean, really, all this was started off with Mike Manley. Mike Manley, it was him who basically started all this nonstop nonsense with all this Atlanta stuff. He basically signed on the dotted line, signed all the stuff away. Once Mike Manley shook Carlsberg's hand, it's been all downhill from there, right? Like I said, my videos from a year ago was all about getting you guys information from the inside about something that's coming out or why something didn't happen, right? Like I knew why Dodge skipped over the 2022 Durango Hellcat. I knew exactly why, right? But I mean, things back then were very positive. I mean, I knew, the Hellcat was coming back. I knew some things going on with cars, and I was, basically I was basically just making videos about that. But now it's like I can't do nothing but talk about this brand in a negative light. There's nothing positive to talk about. Heck, I mean, you got, I said all these executives are leaving. People that I knew that I talked to, they're getting laid off and let go and bought out and all this other stuff. So I knew several people in some nice spots, and they're gone now. You got all these engineers getting laid off, and some of them I knew, and they get replaced by people like Mexico, Morocco, and India and stuff that don't know what the heck they're doing. Because I remember I did in that video where they were trying to do some of this self-driving stuff in these vehicles, and they had to hire the engineers that they laid off to go fly to India to go fix the system that the Indians couldn't fix. So that was in the article. So I mean that was already wild. So I'm just saying, like, I don't know if this company's going to last 5 years, maybe even 2 years, because I don't see the sales getting better. Unless they dramatically drop the price of their vehicles, like drop them by damn near 30-40%, who's going to buy it? I mean, who's going to spend $100,000 for a 392 Wrangler? Who's going to spend $100,000 for a Durango Hellcat that's been in the market 3-4 years? I mean, who's going to spend all this money on these vehicles? I mean, the economy is doing bad. People don't have the money for this stuff anymore. I mean, the guys who actually had the money to buy these vehicles, they got their Demon 170s. They're sitting here chilling. So, I mean, what's going to happen? Like OC Motor popped up here going like, what, 40 something grand for an EV with 160 miles of range? I mean, I was looking on Auto Trader and I go buy a Tesla Model 3, not performance, but I think like the level before the performance. I could buy a Tesla Model 3 or use it for like 26 grand. It only has like, I think like 30,000 miles on it. So whoever's making decisions there at Stellantis is not really making a lot of sense here. And then all the Ram trucks got expensive. Like I'm racking my brain now because I've been trying to look and find me a HD truck, and every option is almost 100 grand. I'm like, oh my God. I remember, I think it was what, 5-6 years ago, I got an F250 Platinum for like 60 grand. And now that same truck, if I spec'd it the same way, is like $98,000. I'm like, oh my gosh. And then like they get a freaking a Ram 2500, 3500, one with decent options is like 80-90 grand. I'm like, come on, man. It's like, it's wild. Like these vehicles just getting way too expensive. It's like I got to decide between having an extra house or having an extra truck. I'm like, oh my God, like what is going on here? It just doesn't make any sense, man. Just doesn't make any sense. But yeah, the state of affairs is going on. State of affairs is like within this brand is not looking good. And then, you know, these electric vehicles, they aren't getting cheaper either. And the government has to basically give you incentives in order for you to actually buy the vehicle, because even they know that this stuff is too expensive. I mean, honestly, just give me the money to go buy any American made vehicle. So how about that? Give me a tax break on buying American products, because these American products are expensive as crap. And even when they import it over from other countries with all this tariff nonsense, that stuff is expensive as too. And with the headache that I've seen some people have with Hornets, something happened with your Hornet, you gotta wait a few weeks or maybe a month or two for a part to ship from Italy. So, oh man, like I like, you know, like I said, I don't like talking about negative stuff all the time, but I mean, what positive can I talk about, right? I mean, I'm even looking on the forums, especially like the Facebook groups, and I'm seeing people having Z06 having transmission issues where the transmission just boop, pop, and it's dead within maybe a couple hundred miles. So I'm going like, oh crap, like, oh man, like, dang, is my Z06 gonna pop? My Demon 170, shoot, I can't even drive it right now because the daggone engine is smoking. Put E85 in it, boom, engine smokes out of one side. The whole dealership hack nonsense. I can't even get my Demon 170 in for another, at least another 10 days in order to get it checked out. I can't get my performance pages to work. My engine's smoking and I'm vibrating like crazy. So I'm like, oh gracious. So I can't even talk about fun stuff with my own Demon 170. I mean, this is just how crazy it is. I mean, that's $1,200 a month right there. That's a brick for a Demon. Oh man. Let's see. We're cutting inventory, cutting expenses, and focus mainly on used car sales. It's the only market that's slowly increasing. I mean, heck, that's the only thing that you can actually get for cheap, right? But then the only other problem you have now is that you have these banks that don't want to, give you a decent rate on buying a used car. There are scat packs with upgrades. Let's see. They're overpowered car and can handle the parts. Oh, yeah. Ben Harley recently reviewed a 2025 Ram 1500 Tradesman, the lowest trim level with a Pentastar, and the MSRP is $52,000. Exactly. Exactly, Brian. Like a tradesman. I think I remember 10 years ago, it started off as like in like that, like the high 30s, and a decent option was like in the 40s. And now, like you said, it's $10,000 more expensive. That's wild. There's nothing in that truck. I mean, honestly, to me, if you just get rid of all this software crap and just give me a truck with all the junk in there and make it 10, 15, 20 grand cheaper, it would sell. Just like with the TRX, right? To me, the TRX, the interior in it doesn't make sense. You got an off-road truck that is 700 horsepower that can go run through the desert, that can go tackle really any kind of off-road situation, but it has like an interior that's like the best within Ram. Like they could have just basically gave it a Raptor's interior, dropped the price by like $15,000, and it would have sold even more units with a cheaper investment into the market. But it's just crazy. Oh, why would they have that to be top line car with two engines above the elephants? Oh, well, I mean, hell, they couldn't get those other elephants. They couldn't get those other elephants to pass emissions. That's why they had to go and actually take a 6.2 and convert it over, put a blower on there, and basically call it an elephant. So that's why the one thing that sucks about the D170 is not a 426. Like honestly, to me, and I told Tim like, hell, why not just detune the engine and put the race ECU in there and just bring the power back up, right? Or just offer the race ECU in the store. But I think the D170 should have had a 426 in it. It should have been the only car that had a 426 or 427, whatever the size is. I keep getting confused between that and Chevy's situation. But it just wild. Like, and I'm looking now, I'm going like, dang, my D170, I'm going like, I got a low VIN number. It's expensive. I don't want to modify it. I'm going like, dang, should I just go buy like a Hellcat or something? Go buy like a Hellcat or whatever, and then just throw a bunch of lightweight products on it, do an engine swap onto a 426, and make it like a demon killer. I mean, I can easily go find a 2016 Hellcat or 2015 Hellcat, gut it, swap everything over to like carbon fiber parts or whatever, drop the weight on it, carbon fiber doors, the whole shebang bang, and turn it into a Demon 170 killer. I mean, that's kind of what Demonology basically did. He has his Demon 170 that he's not going to modify, and then he has that black ghost car that's basically like a demon killer on steroids. And I'm going like, shoot, maybe I would do the same thing and get me a freaking like a cheap freaking Hellcat, because you can go find them 40, 50 grand all day long, or find one that might have a blown engine in it and just do a Hellcat swap in it, and boom, there you go. So, but you gotta have money, right? Yeah. Hey, Skateboard, I ain't seen you in a while, dude. I haven't seen you since probably like, damn, Skateboard, when the last time I seen you? I think the last time I talked to you was what, March? Man, you been ghost, man. I gotta talk to you about some merch stuff, man. I gotta get some merch stuff together. I burned a 170 in my two elephants in LA. Stellantis trying to have the dealers right now order quad ram 4x4s with 3.6 Pentastars. The last gas engines left. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Shoot. Them freaking hurricanes having problems, man. It just and Sergio, it's just too expensive, man. Like a Pentastar, 50-something thousand dollars for a Pentastar. I mean, are we serious here? I mean, I understand the Pentastar was like, you know, a twin turbo Pentastar that's like 500-600 horsepower. I can understand that, but come on, man, a regular Pentastar over 50-something grand. Nah, I really want to buy a 2022 red eye. I mean, hell, I was just saying, like, shoot, I might go, hell, if anything, you know, what I might do. I might go find me a 2019 red eye. Hell, I don't care if it's wide body or narrow body, because I'll just basically just do a wide body conversion on the daggone car anyway. I'll go buy me like the cheapest red eye narrow body that I can find, and go put like all carbon fiber panels on that car, drive as much weight out of that car as I can, do a 426 swap. I mean, heck, I mean, really, what? Just need a trans brake and just some demon suspension components, and just boom, there you go. I got a freaking Demon 170 killer right there. So oh, you never see my lives? Yeah, I mean, shoot, what the hell? I haven't seen you on freaking Instagram either, skateboard. Like, shoot, you need to hit me up on Instagram again. I need to get some merch stuff going on. I got some ideas that I want to run, because like I said, cars are getting way too expensive, trucks getting way too expensive, and so I got a few ideas that I want to do, but I need to have the merch to go do it with, because I'm trying to. I've already talked to a few people in the background to do like car giveaways, do like security system giveaways, security system giveaways, PPF giveaways and stuff. So I got a lot of stuff that I'm working on that I'm trying to set up. I actually got some domain names already saved, so when I get all that stuff up, we're gonna really make it happen. But your account got deleted. Man, that's why you gotta start scamming people, dude. Skateboard, you gotta start scamming mugs, man. But hell, you got you know my dad on IG. Hit me back up on IG. So far, so far I love my 2023 Charger Red Eye. Also love my 2016 Hellcat Challenger. Finally, my 2015 Ram is running as strong as. Oh, you lucky you got all three of them. But yeah, that's right. I think I might grab me like a 2019 and just modify that, because I was like, dang, I was looking at Kevin Van Vors's Demon 170 with the carbon fiber doors, like, oh man, that's sexy as crap. So that's what I think I might do. I might grab me like a 2019 red eye narrow body or whatever, just so I have like the chiller, and to do like a 426 swap in there with the chiller, and then do every panel I can carbon fiber. I think when I looked at Anderson Composites, it's like what, 25 grand to get every panel in carbon fiber. So it's like I think like the Demon carbon fiber hood, the carbon fiber wide body fenders, the front bumper, the splitter, the wide body flares for the front, the doors, the actual roof, the rear flares, the rear bumper inner piece, and the trunk lid. I think that was like 26 grand from Anderson Composites. It's not really that bad, considering you might save a few £100 out of the car if you do like all that weight savings, because it's gonna add up to it. And then you're gonna save weight on the 426 block if you get the aluminum one. Yeah, both of them was aluminum. So either do that or just get another vendor to make you a 426. And do a Whipple blower. Whoo, boy, that would be like a mean car. Like, that would definitely be like, if I was gonna make like a Challenger ACR, that would basically be my ACR build, where I drop as much weight as I can out the car, lower it down, nice wide tires, especially since I'm converted over to a wide body. Get as much weight as a car, rear seat delete, harness bar, harnesses, maybe get rid of the factory seats for like a lighter seat, and just strip as much weight as a car as I can, and then make it like a heck of a fast car. Like, I can only imagine like maybe a 1,500 horsepower Challenger with all carbon fiber panels, shaved by 300-400 pounds. lowered down with like wide as crap tires, and I don't know, maybe have like I don't know, lightweight aluminum wheels or lightweight carbon fiber wheels or whatever. But that would be a crazy car. That would there go surprise people with. Make a sleeper out of the 170. Like, hey John, how can you make a sleeper out of a Demon 170? Everybody already know that's like a crazy car. But it's like you can't make a sleeper out of that. I was thinking, I did have an idea that I was gonna buy like an SXT, leave it bashed as like an SXT, and then drop in like a blower on it or like a turbo kit on it and make that a sleeper, like a narrow body sleeper, and just basically just surprise everybody with that car. And I was thinking about one point in time, what if I take an SXT, I put some wide body flares on the back, and I turn it into like a Demon 170 bait car, and I go and leave it places for people to steal it, and then put cameras all in there and stuff. And when the guy steals it, I'm going to basically just laugh and joke on him like, "Hey, look, you idiot! Hey, you stole a V6 car that's worth nothing." and then freaking and then had to where I can like remotely lock the doors and all kinds of crap to him. I was like, "Look, you're on candid camera, dude. Like, that's one thing I want to do. Like, if I get my channel bigger, I definitely want to make like bait car, like make like a Demon 170 bait car. Like, I'll go get some Demon 170 badges, or maybe just 3D print a Demon 170 badge on the side of the car, and just make it like get like a SXT, and freaking and just go around just leaving that car in like the city, and have everybody thinking it's a Demon 170. Oh man, like I had that idea like a year ago. Like I would love to do that crap, but like I said, I don't have the extra cash to go just buy an XXT and do that kind of build. But I mean, that was one thing that's been going on where I lived at. I done seen people where I live get Scat Pack stolen, Hellcat stolen. I think somebody had a Super Stock stolen, but yeah, that's one thing I was like, man, I think I want to do that. I want to make me a freaking a SXT Demon 170 clone. Maybe put like some NOS in the car to make it seem like it's gonna go fast, and just shoot it with some NOS or something like that. That way people think that it's actually fast, and just leave the car just sitting around. I put all kind of trackers in the car, and I keep leaving the car around places, and then so the guys won't catch on to it. I'll wrap it different wraps. Like, I'll like let it get stolen. I'll let it keep getting stolen for like a month, and then I change the wrap on it and let it get stolen for like another month. And change the wrap on it again, let it get stolen again, and I just piss people off. All these thieves be getting pissed off. Like I won't even lock the damn door. I'll leave the door unlocked. And like it'll be funny. Like they crank the car up, and then I got like a kill switch. I just kill the car. And then I'm just going, and I got like a speaker in there, and I got like cameras in there. Like, bro, like what are you doing? What are you doing in my car, man? Why are you trying to steal this piece of crap? What do you think this is, a demon? Just click, kill the car. Like, dude, I can see you, bro. I'm like, you on candid camera, man. Oh man, dude, that would be awesome if I did that crap. Oh, hard rock, yeah, a Challenger drag pack, but with a VIN. Yeah, that's basically the idea I had, right? But it wouldn't necessarily be like a drag strip car. I mean, I'll set up like a road course, something like that, because I always wanted to. I always wanted like the ACR Challenger when it was rumored to come out with that they abandoned. But I mean, that's something I would do because it'd be more of like a street car. And then if it's like 1,500 horsepower, oh man, I can imagine doing like the whole Calvo treatment on it and do like a sequential like dun, 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 dun. That would be crazy. Oh, let's see, but I really think, I guess I really think that Dodge would make a return in a year or two. I predicted on your channel that Stellantis was the downfall of Dodge. Oh yeah, definitely the downfall of Dodge. Oh, you're gonna piss thieves off of that. Oh yeah, Brian, that's the whole point. I'm getting so tired of these freaking thieves stealing these vehicles that I want to start some of these companies, do giveaways and stuff like that, to where I just give you guys away like free security stuff, free neutral strap covers. I got a um, I think they gotta go get their charity stuff taken care of, but I just talked to a company a couple, I think like a week or two ago, and I'm gonna be doing events with them and help promote those events. I can't talk about it yet until they actually give me some information on it, but they're gonna do hopefully 3 or 4 freaking events a year, and I'm gonna come to every single one of them. And so I hope that doing those events and giveaways and stuff like that, especially like it's gonna be some stuff with veterans too, that do stuff like that. I'll able to actually give back to you guys. Like I said, free security stuff, free like coupons to go. Like if you want to buy you a set of wheels, or something from Just Bolt Ons, my channel sponsor, I'll give you a coupon for that. If you want to go get your car wrapped, I'll give you a coupon for that. If you want to go and get PPF done in your car or ceramic coated, I'm gonna give you guys the stuff for that stuff. So there's stuff that I want to do and to actually get that ball rolling. That's kind of, like I said, like I said, TK and OC, they know that I'm working hard in the backgrounds with things. I've talked to TK about some of the stuff I want to do, so that's why you don't see me making that many videos like that. But I'm definitely, hopefully, I'm going to have, oh yeah, I see you adding me skateboard. I see you started following me again. So yeah, I'll hit you up after this live stream. But yeah, I definitely want to basically get into doing that stuff and start to actually come out and do events, stuff like that. That's why I'm going, like, I need to kind of make more videos in order to basically afford to carry a Ram HD truck in the lineup. That way I can actually tow my Demon or my Z06 or whatever to these events. That way I can actually attend. So that's my next big thing on my plate is I'm gonna start doing way more videos and get these companies started. I got some real estate stuff I'm about to jump into, car giveaways, stuff like that. So hopefully I'll be able to do that, get more involved, get you guys out to events, meet everybody, do like ride-alongs with my D170 stuff, Z06. So there's a lot of stuff that I'm working on that I'm definitely going to try to get ironed out. Oh, I tried that with the Hornet. Put the keys on the hood. No luck. All my Hornets are here at the dealership overnight. Yeah, ain't nobody gonna steal a Hornet. You can't really go do a takeover in a Hornet, Sergio. I'm subscribing. I never see your live notifications or any updates. Oh yeah, yeah. YouTube just works funny like that sometimes. MNC, click the bell. Bells are clicked on and follow and subscribe. Yeah, sometimes it just happens. Thank you, Eric. I'm working hard there. I'm trying to do a lot of stuff. Especially that I have a decent relationship with Dodge, and so I hope to get them involved in some things. Hopefully like because I've always been told with Dodge, if there is a business case for things, that they would do stuff. And so I'm hoping that, with my relationship with them and some of the other people that I know, so other YouTubers and stuff, get them all involved, kind of get the car community, back together and stuff. And because one thing that pisses me off, like it really pisses me off, that almost every single day I get a message from somebody telling me that the car was stolen. And, you might say, well, you should know you got to get a security system on your car. But I mean, even I'm in the same boat that, some of these preventive measures is just freaking expensive, right? I mean, if you want to get like, IGLA and PPF, all that stuff done, paint correction, all that stuff, I mean, you're talking about tens of thousands of dollars, and these vehicles are already $100,000 off the gate. And so, I mean, my YouTube, I mean, it basically allows me to have 2 cars right now, but it's like I can only have the 2 cars and that's it, right? I can't have the 2 cars and just mod them to death. I can't be like, daily driven exotics, have like 8 exotics, and then I can go order a set of wheels when I want to. I can go spend $50,000 on carbon fiber pounds when I want to. It's like I'm not. My channel hasn't grown to that area to where I can actually do more things. I got to kind of stick to what actually brings views to my channel. But I definitely want to get outside, do more things because, I mean, you guys haven't really even seen my Z06 like that. And my Demon, like I said, I can't really drive it because the dang thing doesn't work. So, but yeah, like even with the and I got plenty of ideas of things to do. It just you gotta have the money to do it. Oh, the butter bake car series would be good. Oh yeah, I think it would be pretty good because like John, like one of my inspirations for that was what's that dude's name? I think his name was like Matt or something like that, where he had like the glitter bomb thing. Where I think he was a dude that used to work for NASA, and now he got a YouTube channel, and he had like that whole glitter bomb series where he had people go and steal the stuff off the porch, and then he had the cameras and all the stuff in there, and then next boom, the damn thing would explode and have all the stuff going on in there, and then he would get the actual glitter bomb back most of the time when they throw it outside the window. So I was like, damn, that would be. Oh no. Oh, my camera died? What the hell to my camera? Oh, hold on. My camera died. Why is my camera not charging my... Why in the world is my freaking camera not charging? What in the world? Bro, what the hell? Having technical difficulties. Is the dang old thing done? Okay. Let's see what's going on here. Come on now. There we go. Okay, cool. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay. There we go. All right. Oh yeah, man. My dad going. Yeah, I gotta turn my light back on. Hold on, let me go look back at my thing. Give me 1 second. Okay, cool. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. So, yeah, my camera died on me. I was like, what in the world's going on? I heard the shutter click, the camera turned off. Cause like my camera, so I have like a very expensive Canon camera. It's like the Canon R5C. And so this camera won't last on its own battery but for a few minutes, especially when you like streaming like this. So in order for me to actually have the camera stay on for a long period of time, you can plug it in, but you gotta have a specific charger in order for it to charge the battery and keep it on at the same time. And I think I had it plugged into the wrong port on that charger because it had like 3 heads on it. And so one head is charging my camera, one head is turning my light on and stuff. So yeah, it was freaking odd that it turned off like that. So I didn't realize that it was not allowing my camera to stay on. So, but yeah, I can't remember the dude's name. I think it's like his name is like Matt something. He's the guy that did like the whole glitter bomb series. So that was what I'm saying that that is the guy who I would love to do. It kind of inspired me to kind of do like a demon bait car. Oh man, like I would really piss off a lot of freaking a lot of damn thieves. Because if I can waste their daggone time and piss them off, and then maybe like more YouTubers actually get into doing it, and we just clown these damn people, and we just keep making all these bait cars and keep making them. I think that would be like a very cool thing to do. Oh, basically like having like a stakeout. And and then just laugh at these dudes and freaking mess with them, turn the car on and off. It's gonna be very interesting. Let's see. This is a very interesting moment for vehicles as their future is uncertain. I guess that depends on who is in office in the future. Well, appliance man, I'm gonna say one thing is that it kind of really doesn't matter who's in the office, honestly, because Stellantis already made their bed. They already shut the lines down that made Hemi engines. They've already shut, Brampton down that made the Challenger and Charger, right? So it's like um, Ford, they doubled down in making V8s. GM doubled down and they're still investing in V8s. So the other two companies of the big three, they're still investing in V8s. They've already announced that. They've already said it's doing it. But then you have Stellantis. They've shut down all the Hemis and stuff, right? And then they haven't really basically put any effort into making a new V8 engine. But I mean, technically, they can just basically revamp the 5.7, because that's basically what Ford did. They basically just revamped their 5-liter engine and bumped the power up to 450 horsepower, 500 horsepower. They did the dual inlets into the Dark Horse. Well, I think the regular GT has dual inlets because they put those little carbon filters inside of the intake in order to help meet emissions. And so Dodge could basically copy Ford doing the same thing. I mean, we already have provisions in the headlights to basically have 2 intakes in the car, so they could have did the same thing. Especially if they do like a 5.7, go with a smaller engine, and have like dual intakes going in through the lights. If they would have came out with another, maybe just kept the same body style for like a year or two. But this new Charger, I just don't like the body style. Like it's just way too plain. It's like this new Charger body style to me is like what the current car should be, and then the new car should be what the old cars are. It's like it's backwards, but it just way too clean. I just don't like that new car. It's I just don't like it, man. I just don't like the new car. I may be able to drive the new car. Maybe if I see it in person, I might like it. But just looking at the photos, it's just way too plain. Like, I don't think I would. I mean, and I said this in videos. If I wanted an inline 6 car, I would go buy a BMW. I mean, if I got to sacrifice the sound of not having a V8 engine, I'm going foreign. I mean, I just am. I mean, especially if they're going to cost around the same price. Because, I mean, you can get, what, a M3, M4 right around the same price. You can get a Hellcat nowadays. And then however much money they're going to charge for these EVs and these 6-bangers and 6-packs and stuff. I mean, I'd rather get a BMW, honestly. I mean, and if anything, only thing Cadillac is missing is like a 2-door CTS. And you can go get your Blackwing, get a 4-door sedan. And it still has a stick shift in it. So I'm like, I mean, other brands have stuff to offer. I mean, those Cadillac cars, those CTS, especially that that light blue color. Cause I saw Street Speed has one. He's doing in the giveaway. That's a pretty sharp looking color. And then BMW, there's a BMW dealer like maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes from my house, and I'd be driving by, and those new BMW cars with those big giant kidney grills. I mean, I think the kidney grills are ugly, but it's kind of growing on me how it looks. Okay, it still looks aggressive as crap. But yeah, I just don't know how Dodge is gonna survive with these electric vehicles coming. I mean, hell, I don't know when they're gonna get those software issues fixed. I mean, it's still tentative that they might be able to get those cars running, I don't know, September, October, and they're supposed to be out. They're supposed to be out June, but now they're delayed, and so these first edition cars, I mean, like I said, I just hate talking negative about stuff all the time, because that's never really was what my channel was about. I mean, the only other time I really talked negative about the brand over the years was like when the 2021 TRX came out, and you had all these build quality issues where they was missing suspension bolts in the TRX, and I made my 3 videos about it. And then I got a call from like the plant manager who actually ran the plant at Shap, and assured me that they wasn't gonna do this crap no more. And then next thing I know, after the next few months, nobody had missing suspension bolts. No one has cross-threaded bolts on their suspension and stuff. Because I mean, it was crazy. Like you saw the Ram TRX forum, we had pages of stuff to look out for on your TRX because so many people had so many issues. I mean, that's how bad it was for the initial quality of the TRX. We had pages of delivery stuff. So it's like, other than that, I like going after information that no one necessarily has access to and actually, reveal it. Because it didn't dawn on me until really until the whole thing with the Baron. Everybody's going like, oh, you're lying. Y'all lying about all this other stuff. Y'all just talking about this. Y'all trying to drop the values and stuff. I don't care if I drop the value of Demon 170. I got mine. It's probably the dudes who are pissed off that they spent $100,000 on a sticker for theirs and I didn't. And they're just pissed off for everybody who didn't have to go through that crap. Me and all the people that I helped out in the background get MSRP demons or below. So maybe they're just pissed off at that. But I mean, it is what it is. But I mean, I do have a lot of different videos and stuff to do that especially about the Demon 170, because it didn't, like I said, it didn't really dawn on me to the whole Baron thing. That everybody kept crying about us making videos about being negative. And I literally forgot that I asked Tim Kaniskas and people at Dodge so many questions over the past few months about the Demon 170. So, I mean, I have a lot of answers to why stuff happened with the Demon 170 that's not really negative, but it's like, why did the Demon 170 not have a demon crate with it, right? Why was the crate skipped over? So I think that's gonna be my next video that I make. Why the Demon 170 had an issue with the carbon fiber wheels. I know exactly why they limited the carbon fiber wheels only by 800 cars, right? I mean, why did the Demon 170 have the 149 mile per hour top speed? And why all that stuff happening? Like I made a video, I think back in February about the lawsuit going on and their response to it. But I don't think I really made a video kind of explaining why exactly that the Demon 170 has a 149 mile per hour top speed. Because I know exactly why. Because I was told exactly why from Dodge why those 3 things happen, right? Why Demon 170 has 149 top speed. Why Demon 170 didn't have enough carbon fiber wheels, right? Why Demon 170 didn't have a demon crate, right? So those like 3 things I'm definitely gonna make a video about. I think those maybe my next 3 videos, just like the last one I just did about the Dodge vendors like price hiking some of these accessories, because people taught me in the background, and I made a video about that. It didn't really do too well, but I mean I don't. It doesn't really matter. As long as I got the word out there and clear some things up for some people, that's all that matters at the end of the day. And then I got this video to make about the UAW president being corrupt. Trying to think. I mean, there really is nothing else really to talk about. I mean, honestly, so that was like one of the things I'm going like, well, maybe I should start talking about other brands, because I've made videos talking about the Mustang. They did pretty well. I wish I had enough money to actually afford a Mustang right now. The Demon 170 took me by surprise, right? Because I didn't know if I was gonna get that car until literally the last minute. And I had to have my channel sponsor, Gordon and Partners, kind of help me out get that particular vehicle, because one of the dealers scammed me out of $10,000. So that kind of happened at the last minute. And when I initially spec'd the Z06, I didn't spec it as high as I did. I spec'd it like maybe 30, 40 grand cheaper, because I figured if I'm gonna have a Demon 170 and a Z06, having a cheaper spec is gonna allow me to basically carry both vehicles. But then, Dodge basically, offered me a Demon 170, and it's like, oh, well, you can't really turn down Tim Knisses and Dodge offering you a low VIN number car, right? It's not every day that Dodge helps you get like a sub 200 VIN car. And then, I got the situation where like, I didn't know that crap was happening. Like that didn't happen until, I mean, I don't think I knew until what, late January, that I was gonna get that Demon 170, my green one that I got sitting right there. But in the beginning of January, I think like the first week of January, I went and was like, well, hell, I might as well just spec my Z06 up to like the tippity top, because if I'm not gonna get a Demon 170, I mean, I can easily afford a Z06 by itself. But then put the order in, and then, oh crap, Dodge offered me a Demon 170. And then I'm going like, oh crap, now I got a $120,000 Demon 170 and like $170,000 spec Z06 with the Z07 package and carbon fiber wheels. I'm like, oh crap, it's gonna be tight. And then did it help out the fact that April? My Demon 170, finally came in, went and paid for that. And then I get a call from the dealership, hey, your Z06 coming in a week. I'm like, oh God. I just spent like a pretty good chunk of change on the D170, and then next thing I freaking know, a week or two later, about 2 weeks later, the Z06 shows up, and I'm like, oh God, I gotta spend the rest of my money on that car. So it's like, oh God, like they tell you the things have been tight the last 2 months over these two cars because they came at basically the same exact times. It's an understatement. So that's why I'm going like, I'm gonna need to basically step up, make more videos. I'm not gonna be like, TK, make 2, 3, 4, 5 videos a day, but I'm gonna definitely try to get like at least 3 to 4 videos out per week, and try to help, boost up my, boost up, the money I make from YouTube to help, build up a little lead again. That way I can actually pay for a pickup truck. Because like I said, I need an HD truck. I need an HD truck. I need a trailer. That way I can actually take this stuff with me on the road, and I can actually go to events all over the country. That's one thing I definitely want to do. I was talking to TK. I was like, man, like if I can go get me like a Sprinter van and gut the rear section out, put all glass in the back, and turn it like a mobile like podcast studio, to where I can go out to California where Automotive is at, and me and him can like collab on a video, or like me and TK can collab on a video in freaking Vegas, or like one of you guys having a problem with your car or whatever, or I can go meet up with you guys, and we go do an event. I can just live stream right there at the event. Because I mean, all I really need to do is basically get a Sprinter van, move my computer setup inside that Sprinter van, and then I mean, hell, I got one mic. I need to buy a couple more mics and stuff, and then go take that Sprinter van all over the country, and then just go all over the place. And I think that'd be cool, and get like a Starlink put on there. That'd be awesome. But I mean, that's a whole nother thing. I mean, I'm saying I need an HD truck to tow cars. Then I had the Sprinter idea, but I want to see whether or not me and some of the other YouTube guys want to get into like a podcast together, and we can do that crap. That way we can on Spotify and other places. I definitely, I mean, I got a Dodge, I got a Chevy, but I don't have a Ford. So I'm like, definitely can't afford that GTD. That's like a $300,000 car, and I'm damn sure not getting invited to go do the whole GTD program. So it's like, Dark Horse, but then Dark Horse is like 70, 80 grand. I'm going like, that's another like $1,000 a month car payment right there. I'm like, Jesus Christ. And then the Dark Horse would be the slowest car that I have, but I would have to go get like the supercharger kit put on there and actually make it to have some kind of competition against the Z06, it being 670 horsepower. Like I never thought that, I would actually spec that Z06 to like $160 some thousand, and it only had like 670 horsepower. That was like, but I mean, heck, it was like, I mean, if I wasn't going to Demon 170, I might as well spec the Z06 out. So it's like, you only live once. But then I see all these teasers for the Z01 coming. Like, oh God, that Z01's gonna be awesome. 800 some horsepower, twin turbo, freaking Corvette. But I can't find an allocation for one. Like every time I go call a dealer oh, we want like blah 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 thousands of dollars over sticker. We want blah 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 $1,000 over sticker. Yada yada yada. I'm like, oh Jesus Christ! But I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to find me a 0-1 allocation, and then if I gotta go a car, I don't want to sell the demon, but if I gotta go sell a car to get a Z06, I think that might have to happen or something. But we'll see. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get off because it is getting pretty late. It's like 11:30 Eastern time, but and I've been on for like an hour and a half. But thank all you guys for being here. Hey, Jalen, yeah, I've been here for like an hour and a half, man. Where you been at, bro? Like, I mean, you gotta be checking your YouTube way more often, or maybe I need to just announce it on like freaking my community page or whatever that I'm gonna actually do a live stream, or just leave like I didn't notice what I can do is I can go on my software right here and I can start the broadcast, and then I just put like a timer on there when I'm actually going to appear or whatever. But yeah, but I'm gonna see you guys later. I definitely got some videos to make. Like I said, those 3 videos talk about making. I'm probably gonna talk about the 0-1. I might do that one inside the Z06. I might sit in that car and talk about it. But I might just do it right here. That way I ain't gotta worry about it crap. Cause I don't keep the Z06 here with me and the Demon 170 because I don't have enough garage space for it. So I gotta keep it off site at another location. So that's why you don't readily see it except here and there when I actually bring both cars together at the same time. But I still have both cars. But yeah, oh yeah, skateboard. I'm gonna hit you up after this live stream. Hit you up on Instagram. Can definitely talk to you about some merch stuff that I got stuff to do on. And let cats know and post, bro. Cause I never see your videos. I have everything on. Yeah, it'd be fun like this sometimes. Like sometimes I get like, the funny thing is I'm only subscribed to like OC Motivated and TK's Garage, but every time they post a video, I always get notified of it on my phone. Like just like when they schedule it in advance, I always see the scheduling. So it's like, it's crazy like that. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of this joint.